Oh boy, another open world game with repetitive mission design, terrible controls, that's a better movie than it is a game. Oh, but it's got good acting, it's got good motion capture, it's got good cutscenes, it's got a good story, and it's got F-words, controversy, violence, and boobs, so it's an automatic 10 out of 10, right?
But the minute-to-minute gameplay between the story segments rarely broke the open world mold, and it recycled its few tricks far too often.
Everything feels like a repetitive grind as you're progressing through the story that eventually you stop caring.
They're buried under a pile of repetitive filler missions and underserved by dated gameplay, which adds little to the standard sandbox shooter formula we've seen in dozens of other games. And worse still, the game suffers technical blemishes from start to finish.
Lincoln Clay knows this truth. That Mafia 3 is just a fucking awful console port of biblical fucking proportions that should have been burnt in fire before it was even fucking released.
I'm so proud of you guys. Mafia 3 is very clearly going for style over substance. It's got a very slick opening cutscene. It's on a 4:3 aspect ratio made on like a shitty 16mm camera. And they got this cool song playing, and they got the logo, and there's all these people talking, and it's the 60s. And then the game gives you control, and it falls flat on its face. The game's got that super clunky movement and that slow movement speed that's basically become par for the course with open world games at this point. Alright. I'm gonna let you take a look at this control scheme, and I'm gonna let you see if you can find the problem. One of those games that makes you hold down the button for everything. Oh great, lockpicking. I love lockpicking. It's like my favorite thing. You know, I'm actually like a master thief, so I practice my lockpicking in video games before I go and do it in real life. You know, the cover system itself isn't terrible. At least you can back into cover. You don't have to be facing cover to get into it, but it's the shooting that sucks. The shooting is god-awful. Look at the size of that reticle. That is as accurate as I can get. I'm an ex-military special forces guy, and that's as accurate as I can get. Look at this. This is a hipfire cross reticle when I am aiming down the sights. The skill ceiling in this game is ridiculously low. All you can do is get the reticle and have him somewhere in the reticle and just spam the trigger and hope one of the bullets hits him. I never even tried this because the stealth approach in game, you know, if you want to do stealth, there's a stealth approach. If you want your game to take 3 times as long, be twice as boring, and half as fun. Apparently you can just whistle and people will come around the corner to you slowly, one after another, oblivious to the fact that the last 3 guys just got killed like that. Not to mention the fact that it gives you 5 damn bullets. Half the time it doesn't detect when you even shoot people. Headshot. 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 What is a headshot? I don't know. You have 2 weapon slots. You can hold a pistol and you can hold a primary weapon. But if there are no primary weapons available, you cannot grab 2 pistols. You cannot dual wield pistols. You cannot grab 2 primary weapons, even though plenty of them have slings for being over the shoulder. It's the most basic, bare bones, just tacked on, shitty, generic third-person shooting out there. The max ammo capacity is ridiculously low. You can hold maybe 2-3 clips max. And I have encountered some of the most game-breaking bugs I've ever seen in a video game. It never actually crashed, but there were several missions where nobody would drop guns, nobody would drop ammo, and it gives you like 4 bullets to start, so you are totally the rest of the mission. What the hell is this shit? And the game always thought I was full of Molotovs, like I'd hit the max capacity. It's like, oh, you already got 3, you don't need any more, you can't pick up any more, except that is a 0! And virtually every time you die, the checkpoints restart the whole mission. F*** that. Why is this even an open world game? You cannot customize jack shit. In Mafia 2, you could change your clothes in your car and you could paint it and do all this stuff. You can't do that in Mafia 3. Look at the map even. Look how lazy this is. Look how untextured the map is. You get streets and you get not streets. That's all it tells you. No landmarks, no colors, no trees, no buildings. Like, what is this? What the hell? And it doesn't even show you some of the icons on the map unless you zoom in, so it's like a freaking scavenger hunt to try to find where you have to go! Because apparently you need a freaking PhD in cartography to design a map! The game is unbelievably boring and unbelievably slow. Not to mention the super repetitive mission design where the basic run of the game is like, oh, we have to go after this mob because he killed your family. The story is a pretty basic revenge story. Oh, he killed my family, so I'm gonna go after him. That's it. There's nothing special about the story. The one good side is, again, the mocap on the faces and the acting. That's all very good. Here, let me play you a cutscene so you can get an example of what some of the dialogue and the acting's like in the game. For review purposes, let me show you a piece of the game so that you may then look at the game and decide if you'd like to play it. Oh, no, wait! 2K muted the cutscenes! Because copyright and f*** us, right? The one character I did really like was Vito. Vito's the main character in the last game, but he's old now, and he's got a thicker, deeper voice and accent, so he sounds like De Niro from a Scorsese movie. Vito was awesome. I would have much rather dealt with Vito more. Here, let me play you a clip from the game showing off Vito's dialogue, showing you off this character, showing you this one shitting thing that was good in the game. But no, I can't, because PS4 Share Record mutes the cutscenes. Seriously, f*** you, 2K. F*** you. But so what you do is you go into this rival mobster's house or prostitution ring or drug cartel warehouse or something, and you just kind of F everything up, and you shoot everybody, and you like do damage to his business, and then he'll come and he'll notice, and then you have to go back into the same place you just did, and then kill like a higher up mob lieutenant or boss or somebody. Not only does it recycle the same damn mission design, it recycles the same damn mission location. So you go back to each house twice. That is unbelievably lazy. This game also has the Assassin's Creed 3 travel between cutscenes syndrome, where the open world becomes something that forces you to move from place to place, hear a cutscene, and then leave. That's all it is. All the open world serves to do is add a ton of padding and repetitive and tedium to the game. I mean, the driving controls are adequate. I mean, I'm fresh off Forza, so they're nothing special, but they work, they function, and the game has this, like, mechanic. It's like, oh, you gotta try to follow the rules of traffic. You know, you gotta stop at stoplights so you don't get noticed by the police. And to hell with that, because it's so boring. You want to get through it as quickly as possible, so you're just going, like, 60 miles an hour, rounding all these turns. And that sun glare, too. Thanks for that. That blocks, like, a quarter of the screen. I can totally see. Graphically, it looks pretty terrible, too. The sky is atrocious. I don't even know what the hell's going on there. Graphics and effects-wise, Lincoln Clay moves pretty realistically, and he's got ripples in his shirt, and the lighting is good, but the game's got this, like, very hazy, blurry effect to it, like they're trying to hide the draw distances, or it's running in a lower resolution. The game looks like it's running in 900p, like that's what it is. It might not actually be, I don't know, because who can f***ing tell at this point, because even when a game is running in 1080p, they pull all this shit to try to make it look worse. But it's got a blurry look to it, and it hurt my eyes, and I had to squint. And half the missions make you walk around with this slow-ass movement speed and just listen to dialogue, and yeah, this is fun.
I'm telling you for the last fucking time, you need to tell me what you did with the purse. I already done told you. I didn't take shit from that bitch. Was found abandoned beneath the French ward. All units respond. Suspects are a Negro male, approximately 6'4", a white male, approximately 5'11", and two unknown accomplices. They are armed and extremely dangerous. Fuck, they found the boat. Stay cool, man. We're still good.
I played it on PS4, so I had a 30 FPS cap that was never patched. So if you played it on PC, you got the 60 FPS patch a couple days after the game released. And don't tell me I can't complain about that because they eventually fixed it 2 days after the game released, because I will kill you. Mafia 3 f***ing sucks. The shooting is terrible, the story is generic, the acting is good, the cutscenes, the mocap on their faces are the only thing that look good. It's got that 60s style, you know, there's a good soundtrack, as if that matters for all when the gameplay sucks this much. It's got incredibly repetitive, tedious gameplay design. It's got terrible shooting. It's got really clunky, unresponsive movement, and it's only an open world game because those sell well. It does not utilize the genre well at all. There is nothing to do. Can't drive around. Even the fucking gun shop, like, just pulls up behind you and you can call them at any time. So it's not like I can drive to a gun store or there's a clothing store and I could drive. There's no reason to drive around in the city. There's nothing to explore. It's just a vehicle to get you from mission to mission. And it's dumb. Do not buy Mafia 3. It is boring. It sucks. If you really want to get the story, watch the cutscenes on YouTube. Don't give them any money. Mafia 3 gets a 3 out of 10. How ironic? Well, it's actually not irony because, you know, it's whatever. The point is the game sucks.
When I get stuck behind somebody using one.
The Padre doesn't seem too keen on the plan.
You don't need to worry about him.
I'd just hate to encounter any of that Catholic guilt I'm always hearing about.
He knows every low-life thing I've ever done and has never ratted me out. If I say we can... Playing in front of a packed house of folks feeling your groove. Words can't describe what that was like.
Amen.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh Jesus. Sweet Jesus. Please. Didn't start my day expecting this kind of shit.
Well, now we can go get fucked up down at the hen house.
Oh Jesus. Sweet Jesus. Please.